Hi Bumble, it's Mandy. Welcome to my channel. This is part 2 of the online tips video. If you want to see the first 6 tips, go check out my first video. I left off suggesting to look the person up on other social media platforms for safety purposes. Because for all you know, this guy could be a serial killer, and I like to cover all of my bases. Tip number 7. Don't feel pressure to meet up with the person if you're not ready yet. Take your time and really talk as long as you need in order for you to feel comfortable to meet up in person. Number 8. When you're ready for your first date and you're ready to meet up, pick a public place. If you're going to meet somebody from the internet for the very first time, I wouldn't suggest to have the guy over at your house or going to his house either. Find a place where you can have a good conversation and get to know each other well. Don't pick a club or a noisy place. Tip number 9. If you're looking for something serious, ask relevant questions on the first date. When I had my date with Steven, I asked him about his beliefs, his values, and not in a crazy way, just general information to see if you're a good match. I've dated people in the past who had very different beliefs and values from mine, and in my case, that eventually was a deal breaker. On that note, tip number 10 is to identify who's good for you. A lot of people start a relationship with somebody who's not really a good match for them, and you go into the relationship thinking that this person will change or I can make him change, and that's just not a good mindset. Down the line, you're going to realize that you're just not good for each other. So it's better to be honest with yourself and the other person and just focus on what's good for you. Number 11, do not catfish or pretend to be somebody you're not, both in pictures and personality-wise. You're just gonna end up with somebody who's not a good match for you, and that defeats the purpose of everything you're doing. Number 12, if you feel that something's wrong, trust your gut. Do not ignore red flags. I cannot stress this enough. I once went on a date with a guy who was so pushy about meeting up, and then we finally went on a date, and he was crazy. On the first date, he told me he wanted to get me pregnant because he wanted mixed babies.
Oh, hell no!
Moving on. Number 13, do not get discouraged if you're not lucky on the first few tries. Finding your person, it's a hard journey, and it comes to people at different times. Maybe your person is not on dating apps, but if it is, just be patient and try to have fun. Try not to stress too much about it, and never ever think that there is something wrong with you or that you're not good enough. It's not about you as an individual, it's just about finding a good match. And that's it, I promise. Dating can be exhausting, so number 14 is to take a break if it's not working. You can always go back to it. And last but not least, be safe. This is the most important. Do not ignore red flags. Research this person as much as you can before meeting up. Make sure that you feel comfortable enough to even meet this person. When you're meeting up with them, make sure that it's in a public place. Tell your friends where you are, who you are with, at what time, and everything. And just have fun. That's the most important thing, and hopefully you'll get an amazing person out of it. Remember, it is possible. It is possible to find somebody, and if you don't find your person there, it's totally okay, but at least you give it a shot. So this is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you liked it, I hope to see you on the next one.